Ligma, suckma, suckma, ligma, ligma.
Hello everybody, welcome to Ligma Sugma Sugma Ligma.
Oh man,
I like
starting
to tweet
hot
about the
today.
announcement. For what? For this? You know how it's going to affect my reputation, Orange?
What? Huh? What? Huh? What? What?
Huh? What?
All my followers joined the stream because I retweeted your stream announcement, and that's what I'm gonna get.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
hey, Randy, guess what? Guess what? Ligma
Shut up.
ball.
God damn it.
Wait, what?
Everybody's being fucking attacked today, Jesus.
Was that? You know what? I'm not gonna make the joke of how that's the sound of.
Can I share something that I did today?
Oh boy, please do.
So, I built my after like multiple years of having my mattress on the floor. I finally got the bed frame and built it today.
Nice.
And that bed frame got hands because I have 2 technical wounds from that fucking process.
Oh, wow.
Not
What's
nice.
it like actually using a bed frame from someone who's done it his whole life?
Well, no, it's. I used to have a bed frame, but when I moved into my new room, I just didn't get one because my bed was huge.
That's
So
what
I've slept on a bed frame before.
Is it king or queen size?
I think it's a king size. It's pretty big.
I have a big bed, big
like,
enough to share.
I got
what
a
is
queen
it?
size bed.
I sleep in a big bed with my wife.
So what is
Very,
it?
very nice.
This frame, it has metal parts to it, and in the process, those 2 metal parts squeezed some skin.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Squeezed.
Ow.
Like it's kind of slammed down and squeezed it. By the way, you hear my dog. She's wanting to get out, but she cannot right now.
I see.
And did not draw blood. However, I do believe I am bleeding underneath the skin.
Ooh.
What a great
Isn't
thing to
that
mention.
just-
That's
Yeah.
really rough.
Yeah, you know, Joshy. I don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Really quickly, I suppose unrelated and good news for the good stream viewers and all that fun business. So a few days ago, my chair bent at an aggressive angle and could no longer support my girth, so I had to get a new chair. So you will not be hearing any creaks and groans for the foreseeable future until.
You'll be hearing a yoga ball.
Oh no, the yoga ball's gone too. Actually, I need to change my fucking Discord name. I'm no longer the yoga ball boy. I have a chair now.
Oh.
Okay, Orange got rid of his explosive chair. That's great. Okay,
What?
there was a okay, back in the old days before they had good computer chairs, you could theoretically have your ass blown up from a compression coil.
Oh god! I know exactly what you're talking about because those fucking chairs were what we would use in like the science lab at my school. Like one
Oh,
kid.
the ones that have the big
Sorry.
hole that shoot up from the center of the seat.
But at any rate,
And it would slash. It would ruin your ass.
okay. So ass blasting aside, I got one of those funny ergonomic chairs. It's really nice. It's nice. It cradles my back in a good way. Thus far, I think this is the best experience I've had with buying a chair recently. This is definitely on the high end. Don't buy gamer chairs. They're fucking awful.
Can confirm. I wanted a chair that vibrated because I was a little child at 26, and the chair was awful.
I sat in a chair once. I hated it.
I have a nice
At any
office
rate.
chair. It allows me to wheel around my room because I have a hardwood floor.
Chairs and all that funny stuff aside, it's time to talk to our good friend Shannon. Woo! So let's go ahead and bust this bitch open.
What's the problem, Shannon?
If
Much
only
like,
it was busted open here on Discord.
not like
really
I was
quick.
getting to that, but yes, not unlike how Shannon's head was bust open during episode 1. Nathan, do you have a sponsor for us today, B?
I don't have a sponsor for us, but it is still a momentous occasion, and either me or Joshi will have to edit that one picture of like the Crips and the Bloods having a truce for me and AC having matching icons.
Hold on, give me a sec. Oh my
Oh, I
god.
forgot.
Today's sponsor is Jesus.
If I could say
He
something, Orange?
died for your sins.
Sure. What's up, Con?
Easter tomorrow, apparently. No way, it's on Sunday.
Easter's on
No,
Sunday.
it's on Sunday.
Easter is usually on a Sunday.
And
Oh, I guess this
I would-
Umineko episode is brought to you by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Carry on.
I was going to say, I'll be at the Arlington Fan Fest tomorrow with a couple of friends of mine, but I will go ahead and just be spreading more word about the stream.
Nice.
That's cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Send her some business cards, Orange.
She just attacks a panel person, going, "Go to the Orange Boy stream."
It's spelled with
Go
an
to-
O.
She just
It's
jumped
spelled
on-
with a
she
0 and an underscore between boy and orange.
She just rips Matt Mercer's microphone
And
out of his
it's a
hand.
0.
Why Matt Mercer?
Oh
I know,
god.
it was my first thought of panel person.
I'm like Spider-Man. Don't forget the underscore between orange and boy.
Might as well just say I'll spit up to the mic and
is a
start saying
zero. This is
Bubba Boy.
crucial.
At any rate, here, Rindy, whenever you're ready.
Take it away.
Did you check the bathroom amenities? Yep, went down the whole list. Did you make sure they were facing the right way when you set them down? Yes, of course. Everything is as Emily says. Thanks. Genji-sama, the guest rooms are ready now.
Oh, fuck. Good work.
I don't think Genji said that.
No, he did not. That was me. Make sure you check over everything with your own eyes, Shannon. Also, Madam has ordered us to change the tablecloth in the dining hall again.
Oh, you there?
Jelly! The real
I was
secret was
looking at
evil.
something with the Umi notes, actually. My, why again when we worked so hard to change it earlier today?
The color of the tablecloth simply does not fit. Once I saw it against the back of the room, I could see that it matched terribly. We should use a different tablecloth. Oh, did you make sure to clean the chandelier in the parlor? I don't want Everson looking up and saying, "Oh, is that dust? And even a spider web?" Again.
Do not worry. It has already been carefully cleaned and checked. I will now perform a final check on everything myself.
Is that so? Very well. I will also check everything over at the very end. Shannon, take the young servants and prepare a new tablecloth. Try to find something white, with a bit more of a clean feeling. Yes, as you wish.
I think this would technically be still you, Rindy?
Natsu was even more high-strung than normal and walked about barking orders here and there. Even though the sky was beginning to get dark, the servants moved hurriedly about. Tomorrow is the annual family conference. It isn't particularly rare for each of the individual families to visit the island, but this is the only time they'll all come together. It was the most important day of the year for both the Ushirimiya family and Okanjima. Natsuhi, who was a short time at the top of being high-strung, kept ordering that the servants would do this or that. Since it really didn't look good after all, this would keep them going until late into the night. Oh.
Now that Shannon had many years of experience and Natsuhi had put her in a position of responsibility, She was called over many times to have strict orders showered on her. So, when Shannon finished her shower and lay down on the bed in the servant waiting room, she fell asleep almost immediately.
I can hear the sound of wind coming from somewhere far away. It's a bit different from the sound wind outside the room would make. It's almost as though I'm sitting in a deck chair in the rose garden, turning over in my sleep with the feel of the wind in my hair. That's right, the feel. This isn't a sound, it's a feeling. Then, is this a dream? Just as I was about to accept this theory, I thought I heard someone talking to me. This is Yukon, I believe.
I'm going to assume this is the new Beatrice.
No, this is Khan.
My. It seems the work of a servant is just as boring as it ever was. Not only boring, but difficult, strict, constraining, joyless. All you get in return for your years of service is some level of respect from the newer servants. And even that is far from sufficient to repay you for all the hard work you've done. Why do you not tire of this life?
Huh? Who?
She wasn't just imagining someone talking to her. She was shocked to find that it was real. When Shannon opened her eyes, she gulped.
This place.
She couldn't say any more. She was literally stunned silent. Shannon, who had been sleeping on a bed, was somehow in a rose garden. However, though this rose garden somehow resembled the rose garden in Rokanjima, it was also somehow completely different. After all, the roses were golden, and it wasn't just the flowers, but the dancing butterflies too. It was a golden rose garden of mysterious beauty. Somehow, Shannon was sitting in a chair under the arbor. It was as though she had taken a nap there and woken up from a dream. But it felt strange. Is this golden rose garden a dream? Zoo.
Is this golden rose garden a dream or a reality? For some strange reason, it felt as though my entire life up to this point had been a dream, that I had finally awakened here.
Welcome, Shannon. Welcome to my golden rose garden.
There was that voice again.
There was that voice again. Shannon looked around to find who it was. As she did, a golden butterfly landed on the seat across from her and instantly created a human form.
It has been quite some time, Shannon. Have you been well? Of course, I know you have been. After all, I've been watching all of you every day.
This woman laughed as though she was an old friend of Shannon's. However, Shannon obviously didn't remember this strange gold rose garden, and she didn't remember this person's face either.
Indeed. You no longer remember me, do you?
Have I forgotten about you? If so, please forgive me.
There is no need to apologize. I made you that way, so it is no sin of yours. Let me introduce myself. I am the Golden Witch, Beatrice.
Beatrice-sama? The benefactor of the Ushumi family whom the master always speaks of?
Not that, Beatrice. I am the Golden Witch, the one who rules over Rokenjima's night. I am the other master of the mansion, the one you always pay homage to.
You are Beatrice-sama.
You need not fear. The two of us used to be friends. No, roommates, did we not? At one time I idolized you and tried to be the best servant I could.
I've always had a single-person room, so I couldn't have had a...
When we last parted, I stole away your memory. However, I have not forgotten that we were once roommates. I also remember that I was the one who destroyed our friendship and left. So as to not leave you alone in sadness. I erased all of your memories and the very world of our days together. You do not need to understand. But believe this. I have not called you here to do you harm.
Isn't this inside one of my dreams?
You may think of it that way. Strictly speaking, I beckoned your soul to my garden while you were sleeping. To invite you to be a resident of this world.
Beatrice snapped her fingers, and a storm of gold butterflies all rose up around the rose garden. As the cloud of butterflies danced over the table, a gorgeous tea set appeared. There were teacups and a teapot, more elegant even than those used by the Ashurmia family. The tea was filled to the brim and had a sweet rose scent, one which Shannon had never smelled before. Before there was even a time to be amazed by the scent, butterflies started gathering one by one on the table, and a tea span sprouted right off of it. It was like watching a magical mushroom from a fairy tale kingdom grow out of the ground. It was a many-layered tea stand, filled with beautiful cakes, like edible jewels. Of course, there were also several lovely light brown scones. The honey truly was golden honey, with bits of gold leaf dancing through it.
It seems the Ushirimiya family holds tea parties from time to time, but those cannot compare to mine.
Incredible. I've never seen anything like this.
Even if you did, it would only have been as a waitress. You are my friend. I need no waitress. After all, I am a witch. That is more than enough. Come, do not be shy. Stuff yourself to your heart's content.
Thank you very much.
That was all Shannon managed to say. It would be hard for anyone to say much more after being suddenly invited to such a beautiful witch tea party.
Let us begin with black tea. The milk is fresh, and the sugar is so delectable that you'd almost want to eat it raw. But I recommend you try your tea straight first, with nothing more than a single rose petal floating on the top. It will surely be so delicious that you will be unable to drink the black tea of the human world ever again.
Laughing happily, Beatrice opened, not a sugar pot, but a rose petal pot, picked up a single crimson petal and floated it on her tea after relishing its scent. Shannon did the same, picking up a single petal and smelling its aroma.
It smells so wonderful. Is this really the scent of the roses in this world?
I am glad you enjoy it. I bred this rose simply for the purpose of using the petals with black tea. If you crush them, they're also splendid for making jam. That goes better with scones than anything else imaginable. Do you want to try?
Sure, just a bit.
Shannon had been invited to this witch tea party suddenly. However, the witch seemed so truly innocent, and her smile as she played the hostess was so happy that it made Shannon want to smile too. The tension in Shannon's heart gradually faded. She started to enjoy her chat with this witch.
Servant work really is tiring. I remember it well. Particularly cleaning the windowsills in the chapel.
How surprising. So, you worked as a servant once too?
For a short time. You probably don't remember, but I worked alongside you. I was a clumsy fool who always lost things. You were my idea of the perfect servant and the person I looked up to.
That makes me even more sorry that I can't remember.
There is no need for apologies. Here you are not a servant but my friend and guest. There are no inconveniences here, no trials nor boredom. I can give you anything you desire. That is how much power I currently possess. I wanted to let you know that I have now reached that level.
I am truly grateful to you for welcoming one with so few redeeming features in such an extravagant way.
Think of it as a reward for all of the painful days you have withstood. Come, golden butterflies. Don't let my friend get bored. Show her a little dance. When you have tired of that, allow me to call the band to perform any song you would like. When you've tired of that, my refined familiars will show you some conjuring tricks. Fear not, for time is endless here. And I can grant your wishes endlessly. My tea party has no end.
In a truly good mood, the witch told Shannon several strange stories. They were all stories Shannon had never heard before. Very interesting stories. And they were all odd, bizarre fairy tales. Shannon felt as though she'd become Alice in Wonderland. The time she spent at this tea party was strange, pleasant, and relaxed. No, the clocks have no hands at this tea party, so the time passed like a Sunday morning, when you can wrap yourself in your blanket for as long as you want.
I can't express how grateful I am to you for this.
There is no need for thanks. In the human world, words of thanks go along with words of farewell, do they not? There will be no end to this tea party. So there is no need for thanks either.
I'll still thank you. Thank you so much, Beatrice-sama, for this wonderful tea party. But all jokes must end, and so must this one.
Huh. And why must they end?
Because I start early tomorrow. If I stay here talking too long, I'll sleep in. And Madame will give me a good scolding.
Why are you so anxious to return to the world of that short-tempered Natsuhi? Really now? Are you truly saying you want to return to the human world where it's all work and no rewards?
But I am human. I can't impose myself on you forever.
Shannon, it seems that you do not understand. I've invited you here, but I have no desire to chase you away again. Here, time is eternal. You are not obligated to say farewell, not ever. I will never tire of enjoying tea with you. On the contrary, it's quite agreeable to have you here to talk to.
I'm grateful for your words, but I am human. I must return to my own world.
Why do you want to return to that colorless world? Where you waste all your time with school and your job and the family works you to the bone.
Despite all that, it's still my world.
Shannon, does that sort of world really need to be yours? Let me be honest with you. Shannon, I didn't just invite you here. I came to take you home.
Take me home?
Once, I tried to become a good servant like you. Then, I became fascinated by witches. And became one myself, learning all the pleasures of magic. And now, I have come to take you home.
Beatrice spoke quietly and slowly rose from her seat.
Shannon, the world of witches truly is more fun than being a servant. This tea party is nothing more than a mere welcoming party for an old friend. We can hold as many fun festivities as we desire. That is the endless, the eternal. Now that this golden rose garden has been completed, I have reached my goal. This place is paradise. Yes, let us call it the Golden Paradise. Now that it has been completed, I have come to welcome you in. There's no need for any inconveniences, any perseverance, or hard work. Here, you and I can enjoy ourselves for all eternity. It will be like a never-ending fairy tale.
I'm truly grateful for your splendid proposal. However, I need to go back to my original world.
Why?
Because this isn't my world.
I acknowledge it. This is not the world you have lived in until now. That's why I have invited you here. From this point forth, this will be our world. You are no longer a guest. You are the second master of this world. You need show no restraint for my sake. We'll just live in this endless world like we once lived as roommates.
I regret that I have no memory of that time. However, I'll have to turn down your invitation.
Why? What responsibility forces you to return? To the world of humans!
True, the world of humans, or the world of servants, is busy all the time. Oh, that's you, actually. Shit.
Can you show the first line?
Sure.
True, the world of humans, or the world of servants, is busy all the time. Madame is strict, high-strung, and has a short temper. It'd be a lie if I said, oh god damn it. It'd be a lie if I said the everyday chores weren't a pain, and having to balance work with school makes it even harder.
Beatrice had watched over Shannon's painful days the whole time. She'd seen those constantly tired shoulders heave in a sigh over and over. That's why she had invited Shannon here, to this golden paradise. She tried to give Shannon a perfect welcome, to truly make her happy. So why had Shannon selected her original world over this one? Beatrice was overcome with shock and completely unable to understand.
I have given you the perfect welcome to this paradise. And the days to follow will be even more fun. So, since you still choose the human world over all of that, do you find something there that is even more fun than the pleasures of witches?
That's right. There are things in the human world that are even more fun than magic.
Absurd. That cannot be.
Yes. It's true.
Shannon's expression was soft. However, her words were firm. There was something wonderfully fascinating in the human world. And that something was apparently not in this paradise, where everything was supposedly just as they wanted it.
Absurd. I don't understand.
As Beatrice muttered, she shifted restlessly several times. However, no matter how often she said it, Shannon's smile didn't falter, and Beatrice couldn't think of an answer.
In that case, it's time for me to leave. Your tea was delicious.
I don't understand. I am the Great Golden Witch, the one who can have anything endlessly. You tell me that I cannot give you what you want?
Yes.
I want to know. I believed I had everything, so tell me what it is I lack.
I think that you already know. Isn't that why you invited me here?
Are you trying to speak in riddles to a witch?
That's all for now, then. I can't live here, but I would be glad to come over whenever you invite me for tea.
I won't call for you again. Have no fear of that.
Beatrice snapped her fingers, and Shannon popped out of existence. Shannon's soul had returned to the dream of her original self. While humans have many dreams in a night, they can remember none of them. The tea party in this paradise mixed in with many other dreams and vanished. The next morning, Shannon would not remember this tea party. However, Shannon's cup remained here. The witch who had lost her guests and was standing there alone looked all the more lonely. The witch dug her fingernails into the tablecloth. That grimace as she bit her lower lip made it clear that she still hadn't solved the puzzle Shannon had left behind. Reesh, there's no need to worry about it. A black hole opened above Shannon's empty seat, and the owner of that voice fell out of it.
I do worry. Ah, come on. How could she say it with such certainty?
Maybe she just wanted to get back to sleep quickly since dawn is coming soon.
What pleasure could Shannon know that I do not? What is this something that can be found in the human world but not in my paradise? I don't understand. I want to know.
Thinking about complicated stuff will just fuel your headache. I can be of service in Shannon's place. Let's enjoy a tea party together.
I don't feel like it anymore. I'm bored of having tea parties with you.
Oh, she's cranky. The witch shrugged and laughed, then took a bite out of a scone. She then blew into it, and it spelled out like a balloon before finally popping. Golden ribbons and butterflies flew out, but Beatrice didn't appear to notice.
Just what is it that I do not possess? What?
Oh no.
Not again, no!
Motion sickness will be real. And now
Okay, it's gone.
not.
Whew, whew, okay. Hey, buddy.
Watch your step
Hey!
there.
Thank you, Captain. Make sure you take good care of yourself.
Oh shit, yes. I've got a friend who sells that stuff. This stuff that's supposed to be great for stiff shoulders. I'll bring you a sample next time.
No need to trouble yourself, but thanks for caring.
Hey, brats. How long are you gonna mess around up there? Let's go.
Hey, Maria. Come down off the boat with Mama.
Maria, who Rosa led by the hand, was still too young for kindergarten. Or seemed to notice that her cousins, whom she rarely ever saw, were playing all around her, and she was very excited. Badler and George had the energy of middle school or nearly middle school kids. Those two, along with Jessica, who had met them on Nijima, were clambering about on the boat.
You okay, Asumu? You really don't like riding things, do you?
Rudolph lent an arm to his wife, Asumu. Joshua? Welcome to Tilted Towers.
Bruh!
Oh no.
Look,
Welcome to the cum zone.
You good there, Joshy?
Maybe somebody.
No, I am not. Hold on.
Oh shit, whoa.
Everything okay?
He just said no. I mean, he's probably gonna need a minute.
Give him a hot second, I'll be fine.
Oh wait, Noir. Thank you for blessing me with the knowledge of that one anime.
No?
That expressly wasn't me.
Oh wait, was it not Noir?
Okay.
No,
that was
Crimson brought it up.
Crimson,
Okay.
thank you for blessing me with me
Okay.
and Wonderland.
Okay, whoa.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, then.
Okay, let's move it.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Rokkenjima. Thank you for making such a long journey.
The whole family had gathered for the conference. At this point in time, Rudolph's wife was still Asumu, and Angie hadn't been born. Goda and Cannon hadn't been employed by the Yoshimiya family, and the witch's epitaph, which would toy with the family's fate, hadn't appeared yet. They probably couldn't even imagine the bizarre crime that they would encounter several years later.
Kraus-sama went down. The family has arrived.
Good. Should I call for father?
Please do. I will go welcome everyone. Oh, Shannon. Who cleaned this window frame? It still has dust on it. Quickly, wipe it off. As you wish, madam.
I believe that this is Khan's perspective, technically.
Oh, come on, Natsuhi's making her work so hard again. Just what good does she find in such a limited ulcer-inducing life? I wanted to know. Shannon, what is it that you found? And what did you mean when you said I already knew what I was missing? Shannon, is this something I must learn by learning about you?
What's the difference about the day of the family conference on Rokkenjima?
It's gotta be the noise. There's never this many kids around.
It may have been a tension-filled day for the adults. But to us kids, it was a wonderful day. The only time we got to see it all. Oh, fuck.
Whoops, sorry.
It was a wonderful day. The only time we got to see it all. All with all the cousins we loved. But
in the summer, we'd play with our cousins on the beach. And even in the winter, there were plenty of games we could play. Family conferences were tons of fun for us.
Same here. Mom was always yelling about how there must be no mistakes. But to me, it was just the day I got to play with all my cousins. After all, there's usually nothing to do in There's nothing to do in Rokkenjima.
Back when I was a little brat. I was always jealous of Jessica, getting to live in this huge mansion with a private beach. But now that I tried putting myself in her shoes, it must have been a pretty constricting place to live.
Probably. There's hardly anything on Rokkenjima. No friends' houses, no next-door neighbors, no neighborhood. If you think of how Jessica must have felt, you have to feel a little sad for her.
That's why the family conference was so special to me. Jumping around, messing around. It felt like I was at a festival. We played tricks on each other all the time.
If the adults always talk about adult things until you go play somewhere else.
Then you were the three cousins at about the same age. Of course you'd horse around.
No, not the three of us. The four of us.
But I thought Angie wasn't born yet, and Maria was still too young to play with you.
You've got it wrong, Fur. The cousins weren't the only ones at the same age.
Shan was the fourth. She was the same age as the rest of us.
Mom was always going on about not talking with the servant kids. But Shannon and I started to get close. After all, she was the girl closest to me in age on Rokkenjima.
All four of us play together. We played at every family conference. Right, Shannon?
Right. I knew that Madame would scold me if she found out, but...
I wouldn't have let her. You were always the one close friend I had who could understand me.
Thank you for your words, milady. I believe it is you, Karn.
I simply could not hide my shock. How had she formed a relationship with the children of the family despite being only a servant? Natsuhi had probably been very careful to prevent such a relationship. However, it's no surprise that Jessica, all alone on this island, would want to be friends with a kid her age. And Shannon was also alone on this island without any friends her age. Though they both understood the relationship as master and servant, they somehow managed to strike up a friendship. Then at the family conference, Jessica had introduced Shannon to George and Battler. All of the adults had their hands full with their complicated discussion in the mansion. During that time, Shannon was able to set aside her role as a servant for a little bit, acting her age with Jessica, George, and Battler. I didn't even know that Shannon had constructed this new world so quickly. As a butterfly hiding in the shadows, I observed this new world of Shannon's.
That day, we all ran around the rose garden and the beach.
Just running around and playing was a blast.
Yep. Those are the only times that Shan smiled like a girl her age.
I might have gotten a bit carried away. It's embarrassing.
Battler's insanely huge now, but back then Shannon and I were both taller and stronger than him. Ha!
I just grew slowly back then.
They say that those who start late and are the tallest.
Yeah, totally. Back then your chest was nothing like this, right?
That's not true. Said already had putting a womanly charm back then, right?
Who knows?
What the hell do you mean by womanly charm, you perv?
Well, I was still pretty cute back then myself. That bra strap you could see through the shoulder of her summer clothing set off the lightning of youth in me. I remember whispering with George Anarchy that night about how big her tits might be.
Is this true, George Sama?
I believe there has been some sort of misunderstanding. All I remember was lecturing him as an older and more knowledgeable cousin and about the difference about how boys and girls grow.
Bruh.
And so, rather than dirty talk between cousins late at night, it was instead a sign of healthy growth and,
Yeah, I remember all of his cousins talking about stuff like that until midnight. About how apparently someone in the next class had kissed someone else. Or how you held hands with a girl you liked at summer camp. And about so-and-so who you thought probably liked you, stuff like that. Damn it, it's so embarrassing it makes me shiver.
Isn't that nice? Another sweet page in the book of adolescence.
The most pure laughs comes when boys and girls first start noticing each other.
That simple, pure desire just to be around someone of the opposite sex. The noble first loves.
Just wonderful. A bunch of kids thinking and talking about the world of love. Did that sort of thing really happen?
Don't play dumb. You're the most absorbed and curious of all of us, sitting there till even your ears started turning red.
I was not curious. I was just surprised at how much everyone knew and
That's right. Shannon always played dumb the most, even though she was the most interested. She was the biggest pervert there.
That's not true. That's not true. I hate you, milady.
Yeah, it was always like this. In the day, we'd run around like kids. At night, we'd hug our pillows and talk about secret stuff. Looking back on all of it now, it really brings back some fond memories.
We'd be whispering about something dirty, and whenever we heard the footsteps of the adults coming by, we'd jump out of the covers and pretend to be sleeping.
Yeah, I remember that. Like some school field trip.
Those times we all dove under the covers at once. felt like some sort of unspoken rule, like a strange sense of unity. I really like that feeling.
Oh, anyway. That's not all we talked about. There was a lot more than that. If we did enjoy our youth to the fullest.
And what is this?
Shannon? Oh, this is you.
Is this that fun thing of the human world? Is this incomprehensible messing around the thing that you found? A bunch of kids gathered together, playing stupid games and talking about trivial matters. Is this the human pleasure you found that surpasses the pleasure of witches?
Yes. Did it look fun to you?
I won't call it boring. However, I cannot see how such a vulgar game can compare to my paradise, where all wishes can be granted.
Interacting with people is a lot of fun. Of course, I also think your world is fun. But even so, I choose this world.
I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Beatrice held her head as though she was having a headache. But no matter how much she grimaced, she couldn't think of an answer.
Tell me, what is it you found within this vulgar playing?
Do you want to know?
I do.
Love.
Love?
Here. It's the Queen book I promised.
Thank you very much. I'd be happy to borrow it.
That's okay. You can keep it, Shannon Jan. I've already read it.
But I can't accept this. It was probably expensive.
It's just something Freg I got for a few hundred yen at a bazaar. Don't worry about it. Rather if you read it quickly so we can talk about it. It's fun to talk about this sort of stuff with you, Shannon-chan.
Yes. It's fun for me too. It's much more fun to read mystery novels with two people instead of alone.
I like talking about it, imagining all kinds of things. Mystery novels, reading's only half the fun. My theory is that you can only read and really enjoy it when you talk with other people who've read it too.
Our relationship began when we realized that we both read mystery novels. We were both surprised and very interested to find out that the other not only read tons of mystery novels, but read them very thoroughly. Ever since then, it's been like this. Separate from the games we played with all the cousins, the two of us met together for some time alone. At first it was like a sort of contest to see who knew more about the other, who knew more than the other. However, eventually this turned into respect for how much the other had read and how deeply they were able to think about it. Respect. Trust. Those emotions made our friendship even stronger. Of course, all of that had still fallen within the category of friendship. But we were still slightly aware of the fact that the other was of the opposite sex. Making for a relationship that was charming or youthful, or maybe you could call it exciting. However, we were still at the age where calling us young men and women would probably be a bit too gracious. Of course, we didn't know a thing about love. So we couldn't understand that exciting feeling in our chests. Both bitter and sweet, as we only felt when we were alone together. However, we realized that there was some unknown emotion hidden behind that feeling. And as our hearts raced, we had our hands upon the door. That was the exciting age we were at. So, at some point our discussions about mystery novels became just an excuse for us meeting alone.
There aren't many mystery novels that care much about the why done it.
The why done it? You mean the culprit's motive?
Yeah. There are 3 points you need to figure out in mystery novels. The who done it, the how done it, and the why done it. A lot of mysteries deal with the first two, but surprisingly few worry about the final one.
Well, I know about many works that take great care to have the culprit confess his motive after he's been found out.
But it has to be something you can reason out before the culprit confesses, or it doesn't count. Personally, I think it's unfair for people who supposedly didn't have a motive to commit the crime, unless it's possible to reason his or her motive out.
Who done it? Who's the culprit? How done it? How did he commit a crime? Why done it? Why did he commit a crime?
There are tons of works that ask about who the culprit is, and what tricks they used. In fact, almost all are like that. However, I don't think there are many novels that ask you to figure out the motive.
Good point. That might be the most neglected of the 3.
Mysteries that don't take the why done it seriously don't really feel complete to me. No, I'm not saying they're boring. It's more like they're missing the most important part.
The most important part is missing?
The heart. The heart is missing.
The heart.
I think the human heart is a really important thing. If a person's going to decide to commit murder, plan it out, get everything ready, and actually carry it out, you need an incredibly strong force of the heart. The heart is what moves people.
In other words, only the heart can kill people. When an emotional upheaval grows strong enough to make a person want to kill, the result is the tragedy called murder. If we turn it around, does that mean that the true way to close in on the crime is by searching for the heart that brings about the tragedy of murder? Only the heart can kill a person. So if a person has been killed, you must search for that heart. That's what he's saying.
That's why. I can't really enjoy novels where the culprit is just a homicidal maniac who kills for fun.
Then, do you like novels that show a strong enough movement of the heart to lead to murder?
That's right. And my favorite ones are the novels that let you reason that out.
As he spoke, he looked back at me and smiled. Before today, I used to like novels that focus on exposing tricks. However, I decided to look for novels like the ones he recommended in the future.
I don't like neglecting the heart. The heart is what makes people move.
Yeah. I think you're right. This isn't limited to the mystery genre. All humans are moved by their hearts all the time. Being able to notice the heart is what allows for interactions between people. No, interactions between hearts. None of us humans can live on our own. And yet, we have no way of picking it on the hearts of others. That's why every meeting between people is a mystery of the heart. Finding those, reasoning about them, and understanding each other is the key to interactions between people and hearts. The two of us here, all alone, talking about mysteries together. And through that, we are searching out each other's hearts, speaking of the heart's mysteries. I want you to feel about me the way I feel about you. We're both searching, trying to figure out the depths of the other's heart in this mystery of love.
Look at how late it's gotten. I wonder if Aniki and the others are waiting for us.
Yes, we should probably go back soon.
Time seems to fly when I'm talking with you, Shannon-chan.
You seem to be speaking of the words of my heart. We were thinking the same thing, so the same words came out. I wish we could talk together like this forever. I hate clocks.
Same here. Talking about this stuff with you is the most fun part of coming to Rokenjima.
When I saw that his smiling eyes were looking right at me, I turned away. I couldn't let him see my sunny red face. If only I could leave this place, I'd be able to read so much more. The bookshop at Nijima that I go to and the bookshop he goes to in the city are on completely different scales. The book exchange between the two of us had become completely one-sided, with him giving me all the books.
How long do you plan to be a servant, Shannon-chan?
I don't know.
If, someday, you decide to quit.
If I do,
Come over to my place.
he said it almost carelessly. Maybe he was a bit embarrassed since he laughed weakly and blushed a little.
And then, we won't need to worry about time running out anymore.
That's right. We could be together as long as we wanted. The little secret dates on this island only happened a few times a year. And even when they did happen, it was only for a short, uncertain period of time. It won't work over the phone or with letters. We can only talk about our mystery when we're sitting together like this.
I know that day will come someday.
You think it will?
Yeah, I'm certain of it.
Certain? Why is he certain?
When that day comes, I'll come for you, riding a white horse.
Huh? After saying this, he turned away. He was probably too proud to show me his blushing cheeks. But even without seeing, I knew what his face looked like. To come riding on a white horse. Isn't that like a prince riding a white horse? So what exactly does that mean? Does this mean you're going to be my prince? My mind was going blank, so I just couldn't reason out this mystery of love, even though it was all plain and simple. I wonder when that day will come.
Anytime you're ready.
Huh? My heart skipped a beat. It was so sweet, yet it hurt.
Anytime's good for me. This is your life we're talking about, Shannon-chan. You should think about it carefully before you decide. And once you've made up your mind, I'll respect your decision, no matter when you make it.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep on waiting until that day comes.
If only I'd been a bit more foolish and courageous. I could have said then and there that I was already prepared. And asked him to take me away from this island right away. But I couldn't say it. I had to think carefully about my future, for both of our sakes. My head was filled with pointless, senseless thoughts. I'm glad. Thank you. With his back still to me, he scratched his head and laughed. I knew he was doing this out of embarrassment, but I could clearly tell what his expression must have been. In the same way, he must have realized what my face looked like. We're both puzzle souls of love. With theories about each other's love, solving each other's mysteries. Thanks for giving me time.
You have all the time in the world.
No. I'd feel bad if I kept you waiting too long. So, I've decided. No, I should say that I will decide. I don't mean that I'll quit my job today, right now. Yes, 1 year. 1 year from now. If a year after now, you still feel like coming for me on a white horse. And me too. If I still like you a year from now, I'd like to dedicate the rest of my life to you. 1 year from now, right here, I'd like to make my decision.
A year, huh? That sounds good. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. That's a good amount of time to look honestly into your heart.
So, next year, please, come for me, okay?
Yep.
He responded to my cowardly determination with a quick, strong answer.
I'll be waiting for that day to come.
Yes. I'll be waiting too. Make sure you come, okay?
Yeah.
Don't forget. Coming next year, okay?
Yeah. I'll come. That's for certain. I'll meet you here.
That's for certain.
I see. So, This emotion that feels like sweet suffocation is love. It is an emotion I do not know. One I do not have. Though my magic can grant any wish. Though in my paradise can grant any wish. That thing I cannot have. That incomprehensible emotion that burns like fire, and yet madly one wants to hold it close. All I know is that no matter how great a witch I might become, I cannot create this emotion. It must be given by another person. For the first time, I realized that I wasn't all-powerful. And I knew what Shannon had discovered in the world of humans. This emotion, it's just too much. Once you felt it, there's no forgetting it, is there? Shannon, you win. Love, is it? It may be the most important element, and the one that I lack. Shannon. I'll watch. And see how your love develops. So please, teach me more and more about this new emotion. This form is... I'm lending it to you. After all, I hate idiots. Call yourself Claire as a temporary name. Or would you prefer Beato? You have my gratitude. This way, I won't have to expose my pitiful form.
Berncastle had given Claire a fake form. It was a temporary form. The person acting the part of Beatrice. A fake to fool those who still hadn't discovered Beatrice's true form.
Then this is... Then is this a tale about me in another world?
Leon. This is indeed a tale of you in another world, and also my tale. The tale of a world where I live as a witch, not a human.
I'm capable of imagining what-if scenarios for my own life. However, the tale you tell is beyond anything I can imagine.
Even so, it's the life that another person, you, has led. Oh no, it's the life that another you has led.
But still, that doesn't mean I can accept it easily.
Leon suddenly yelled and looked at the floor. Leon already knew. Because of the fragments lent by Burncastle, Leon knew. There was a different world, where Leon lived as the Golden Witch Beatrice. And in this world, eventually, on the day of the 1986 October Family Conference, she would be the ringleader of a terrible crime.
Even if it's a different world. You're saying that I get my entire family and all the servants involved in a terrible crime that I'm the mastermind of. How am I supposed to deal with that?
Be quiet, listen, and figure it out.
In a different life, I end up as a servant. And if that wasn't enough, I'd suddenly become a witch? And then I'd eventually carry out several terrifying murders. How am I supposed to understand that?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I doubt anyone could understand. This person here thought that no one would ever understand. That's why you're here. That's why Burncastle brought you to. Two people who never should have met together like this.
It's not like I had any deep reason for that. It was just a whim.
This is a motive and no one else can understand, Leon. So you need to be the one to understand it. I'm not the main character in this tale. You are. I'm just here to help you understand.
You said that you understand the culprit's motive.
Yes.
Is that motive a satisfying explanation for why I'd kill my entire family?
Who knows? That's for you to decide. Even if I say it's satisfying, that doesn't mean it'll satisfy you. You'll have to decide that for yourself.
I really don't have a clue what's going on. I've seen several crime-called game boards that Beatrice supposedly carried out. And now I'm hearing another me talk about a different life from mine. But there's no connection between that and the crime. I don't understand.
At this point in the tale, even I could not have dreamed that I would eventually carry out such terrible crimes. In fact, even if I had been able to dream of it, I did not have the power to commit those crimes at that time.
Probably. Your misfortune probably came when you solved the epitaph's riddle.
Huh? You mean that epitaph about the hidden gold which grandfather supposedly wrote?
There exists a system for gaining different accomplices for each crime. reasoning can lead us to the possibility that the culprit possessed a vast amount of money. We can also envision another system, which involves inviting all to the Golden Land and making all loves bear fruit.
So, it wasn't just the motive. You've already seen that far as well.
That's the answer to the final riddle from the fourth game. Your greatest misfortune was solving the epitaph. Reviving as the Golden Witch in the truest sense and gaining magical power.
Looking back, was that really a misfortune after all? I do not know. However, as long as the fact that Battler's son returns in 1986 remains unchanged, some sort of tragedy would certainly have occurred.
That's right. Battler had returned a year earlier or later. That incident might not have occurred. No, some small incident probably would have occurred. And it would surely have been a mysterious, impossible incident which no one could have explained. But even so, compared to the Rockinja Mysterio murders, it would have been a tiny thing.
If Batlican had returned a year earlier or later, then what?
Fate can be filled so with irony. It made me walk the path of a witch, and when I solved the epitaph, I became a true witch. Then, 6 years passed, and I learned of his return. If all of that was fate, then this crime must have been inevitable and inescapable for me.
In 1980, Ballet was resentful because of the death of his mother, Asumu, and his father's remarriage had came too soon, so he left the Ashiramiya family. For 6 whole years, he had no direct contact with them. He convinced his grandparents on his mother's side to help him and went by his mother's maiden name. Then, when those grandparents passed away, he finally made up with Rudolph and returned to the Ashiramiya family again in 1986. That bad luck gave birth to your motive for the crime.
I did wonder. Why, after 6 whole years, did he finally come back?
I understand. In a way, it would have been a lot better for you had he never come back.
Of course, my suffering would have continued. However, I may not have tainted myself with the unforgivable crime of mass murder.
How could Batlican leaving create a motive?
You got it backwards.
backwards?
The crime didn't occur because Battler left. It happened because Battler came back. Wait, I read the line, didn't I? Oh.
The more I think about it, Ushirimiya Battler was quite a disagreeable man. More than anything else, because he never realized that the outbreak of the crime was his fault.
He did remember, in the end. That was long after you gave up and disappeared.
If that is so, then it would give my heart some peace.
I don't have a clue what you two are talking about anymore. But I'd like to ask you bluntly. I want to know, what on earth happened to you that made you decide to commit a crime?
Yeah. That's the most important part. Just like how the Shirimiya Battler respected the wide-eyed mystery marvels. That's where the answers to all the riddles are hidden, both in the tale of the Golden Witch and in the game.
In that case, allow me to continue. 1980. 6 years before I resolved myself to committing the crime.
Act 6. Days of Trial.
Battler-sama has left to share me a family? That's what Grouse-sama and Drill-sama were saying. What a shock!
I have no intention of criticizing your way of life or your family situation. However, father is in a towering rage. Disinheriting a son is one thing, but I've never even heard of a child becoming fed up and leaving the family on his own. That battler can be surprisingly stubborn. Sorta like someone else I know.
If you are unable to understand Balderkin's feelings, one might question your right to be a father.
Oh, you bitch.
Enough, Natsuhe. I'm sure Rudolph was just trying to show how dedicated he was to raising Kyrie-san's child in his own way.
I would have nothing to say if this were happening next year. But why this year? He's still in the spirit of mourning. If you consider the timing of this primacy, one must acknowledge that Rolf's son had acted disgracefully.
Come on, don't be so harsh. This is my way for atoning for what I've done.
Balderkin's trying to protest against you on the behalf of his departed mother, Asumu-san. I deeply understand how he feels. If he were here, I would want to hold him and cry along with him.
Natsui's words were sharp. They pierced Rudolph mercilessly. Rudolph had no retort. His relationship with Kyrie had been adulterous, plain and simple. According to Rudolph, he had been close to Kyrie longer than Asumu. And even after his marriage to Asumu, that relationship had not disappeared. I believe this...
I think it was Battler, sir.
It's Battler? Oh, yeah.
I think.
What the hell does that mean? You old bastard! You just been betraying Mom from the start? Sure, I know Kyrie-san. You told me that she was your business partner and a friend whose advice you could always rely on. Trying to stay after all this time that she was more than that, then why should I give a damn? After Mom's death, you could have done whatever you wanted. I'm right there with you, saying that you should live life as you please. That's when did Kyrie-san get pregnant? Back when Mom was still alive, right? Yeah, now I finally see. This is why you always make me want to vomit. Are you glad that Mom's finally dead now? You are, aren't you? I'm sure it would have been so hard on you keeping your infidelity and even a kid's secret while Mom was still alive. But now that Mom conveniently kicked it, you get to marry Kyrie-san and I get a new little brother or sister. You can bet that Mom's crying in heaven. You bastard. You're embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. So embarrassed I can't stand to have the same last name as you. Is that still me? Oh, yeah, that's right. The kid is completely guiltless. It'd be too sad if he or she didn't have both parents together. Go ahead, build a new family and raise that kid to have a happy life. But I'll never forgive you. Mom isn't here to hate you anymore. So I'll hate you in her place. With all of my body and soul. So long, old bastard.
That's enough, Nazi. Rudolph hasn't lost the affection he feels for Battler-kun. It may take some time, but he wants to fix their relationship one day.
As any father should. If it were some complete stranger, that would be one thing, but he's your own flesh and blood son. It's clearly your responsibility.
Go ahead. Despise me all you want. I won't argue. That's the only way I can atone. At the very least, make sure you give the new child a happy life. The kid who's gonna be born, and Battler. They're both my kids. Wedding Kyrie-san after Asumu's death may have been painful for Battler-kun. But it was the best choice you could make for the coming child. I understand why you did it.
And I understand why Battler-kun felt like telling you that you are happy Asumu's son is dead.
Stop, Nazi. Rudolph has already been scolded enough by the person most fit to do so. Now then, how about some black tea? Could you go ask someone in the kitchen to make us some?
Understood.
Natsui took this as a signal to leave the room and did so. Once she left, Kraus relaxed slightly.
I feel bad for Asumu-san. But if we consider the timing of that soon-to-be-born child, This might have been quite the coincidence. Almost as though Asamu knew that and stepped down from the stage of her own choosing. Did I kill Asamu? So, how long has it been since I started killing her? If you still treasure Asamu's memory, then no matter how many years it takes, you must fix your relationship with Battler-kun. Yeah. I know. And be sure to pour just as much affection on Kirie-san and the new child that is to be born, while also bearing Asamu-san's cross. If they have reserved seating in hell. If they do, I'd like to reserve myself a VIP spot. Ugh.
The news that Battler had abandoned the Ushirmiya name swept across the family.
And poor Battler-san too. I do believe that he'll make up with them eventually, but...
This matter is for the family. It is not something servants need to concern themselves with. Instead, we should focus on memorizing the face of the newest member of the Ushirmiya family, Kirie-sama.
Yes, that's true. She will be coming to the family conference this year.
If the person who had just joined the Ushirmiya family
it's not me.
would be
Sorry.
coming to the conference, then what about the person who just left the family? That means Battler isn't coming, right?
That seems to be the most probable outcome. How lonely is the loss of a single noisy man?
Though most people felt a bit lonely to see Battler leave the Ushirmiya family, they didn't think any more about it than that. However, what about Shannon? Wasn't Battler supposed to come for her on a white horse?
I was surprised at first. I thought that since he had left the family, he might not be coming to this island anymore. If we consider Battler-san's feelings, this is only natural, I guess. I understand painfully well why he wanted to leave his family. But does that really mean he won't come to Rokanjima anymore? What on earth is going on? Will he really never return? Unable to ask him this directly, I was forced to leave each day fretfully. Battler-san, I understand how you feel. But to say that you'll never return because you've abandoned your family, that's a lie, right? I was so confused that the world seemed to be spinning around me. I had a tight feeling in my chest and couldn't think about anything. When I happened to touch my cheek, I was surprised to find it hot and wet. While wearing a truly miserable expression on my face, I was crying.
Shannon. Shannon.
From far away, I could hear someone calling for me. But it was a very strange sort of distance. Though it felt very far away, the voice also seemed to be coming from right beside me.
Shannon. I know your heart.
It's okay. Just a fight between a boy and his father. And I'm sure the rumors blow everything out of proportion. Everything's just being exaggerated.
Indeed. There are none who can say with certainty that Battler will not return to this island. You would do well to remain strong.
Where is this place? I seem to remember it somehow. I think it reminds me of the scenery from a strange dream I once had. Then, this must be another dream. I was there at an arbor surrounded by a golden rose garden. And two witches in white and red dresses were showering words of encouragement upon me.
You can be sure that those rumor-mongering young servants are embellishing the story however they please. So, he's changed his name, they say? Surely this can be nothing more than a family quarrel.
Thank you. I wish I could believe that.
Of course it's true. He's a boy, after all. You can only be surprised that he's had a few arguments with his dad.
Precisely. As you say. Clearly they will make it up to each other once they cool their heads.
When men argue, it's always fiery at first, but they burn out quickly.
In contrast, an argument between women burns like a steady flame, but the fuel never goes dry. Men's arguments are fierce but short. Quick and easy.
You're right. I hope Butlerson and Rosama make up soon.
Oh, they will. Haven't you heard Battler mentioning it all the time? He always fights with his father. This is just another one of those fights. The death of his mother and his father's remarriage have merely upset him.
Sounds as though he's gone to live with his mother's parents. But after he's cooled his head off for a few days, he'll come back. It's like a kid running away from home, see?
The two witches kept saying that Butler's fight hadn't been anything huge. If it had been a mere family quarrel, the rumors wouldn't have started in the first place. Taking an optimistic view here isn't likely to prove useful.
Either way, This is a problem between Battler and his father. If you're patient, time will heal all wounds. There's no point in you feeling bad over it.
Just because Battler happened to be absent today doesn't mean that we can be sure he'll never come back. All that means is that Rudolph came alone today.
True. Of course, he will be at the next family conference as energetic as ever. By then, Rudolph will probably be bringing Kyrie here too. Battler may be sulky about it, but I am certain that he will come as well.
You're right. Yeah. I'm sure you're right. How nice would it be if they were right? In fact, if I could, I'd like to flip through the calendar until autumn right now and check to see whether he does come to the next conference. If he does, then all my fears are so groundless. It would mean the rumor-mongering family members and servants have just blown things out of proportion. If Patterson was right here, I'd want to question him right away. Hey, it isn't true that you'll never come to Rokejima again, right? And then, if he said that of course he would come again, it would be such a relief. I don't know the phone number for Rudolph Summer's house, but I could probably look it up if I tried. However, as a servant of a family, I have no excuse for making such a call. And anyway, I have no way of knowing the phone number for Balor's grandparents' house. I can't do anything except wait for Rudolph Summer's family to come visit and hope that my fears are groundless. However, will I be able to make it through the day feeling like this? No way. I doubt I'll sleep a wink tonight. Just waiting around feeling like this when I don't know when my next chance will come. I can't do that. Will it be next month? Or the month after? In the worst case, I might have to wait until the next family conference. And I have to wait that long while holding back this suffocating feeling. I can't bear it.
Hey, Shannon. It's hard to ask this out of the blue. But when you made up your mind to do something by the next year, that something wasn't just quitting work as a servant on this island, right?
That... I made a decision to start a new life. I didn't want to keep on being a servant by force of habit. I made a decision to step into a new life and to leave my old life as a servant behind.
And Bella promised that he'd come here on the day of your decision, right?
Yes.
Tact is not one of my strong points, so I shall speak frankly. You made the decision and resolved yourself to starting a new life with Battler, correct?
A new life with Battler's son.
You are afraid that Battler will not come for you on the day of your decision. However, there's more to that day of decision than just Battler coming to see you.
Also the day for you to show that you're determined to spend the rest of your life with him.
This determination is something you must create for yourself. It won't bear fruit simply because Battler shows up.
Shen, do you now have the determination to spend the rest of your life with him? You decided to put it off until the next family conference because you didn't have the determination last time, right?
What does it mean to live life with Battler? Have you ever thought seriously about it in detail?
Well, yeah. Um, as long as I'm working at the 7th under Kenjima, my opportunities for meeting him are limited. We're both underage, so it's early to talk about marriage. However, if I quit working at the 7th, I should have many more opportunities to meet him. Once I quit work here, I'll return to the Fukuin house. I have my wages from serving the family, so I should have more than enough to travel to Balderson's house to play. And when I graduate from school, I can rent an apartment near Balderson's house. Then, well, I can work while going to school. That life would be a lot more difficult than I first thought. However, I'd be able to see Balderson so much more often. If not every day, then every week. I won't be a servant anymore, so there won't be any difference in class. I can call him whenever I want. And I'm already doing both school and work. Thanks to my experience here, I know more than enough to do simple housework.
Doesn't that sound like a fun life? You can rent a humble abode, and once you've built up your own home, you can invite Battler over.
And the time you spend together, the world the two of you will make will begin. Doesn't that sound wonderful?
Yes. It does sound a bit wonderful. This was the first time I'd ever imagined the future clearly. My love for him and my honest desire to live my life with him. Earlier, I was able to consider both of these deeply. However, now that I'm clearly imagining the future I plan to choose, I finally understand. I must be aware of how much determination will be needed to reach that future.
Your dreams of marriage. You dream of marriage eventually, don't you?
Girls these days, dating marriage in mind at such a young age.
Well, that's a bit...
Don't deny your dreams, okay? There's no point in taking a first step if your eyes are closed and you don't look to the future.
If a girl's in love with a man, there's nothing wrong with him thinking, I want to marry him. That's a young girl's natural right.
My face had turned bright red. Earlier, I thought that considering marriage really was a bit premature, so I tried as best as I could not to think about it. However, when the witches encouraged me to imagine it, that image was both exciting and vivid. I felt an indescribable feeling of refreshment and awakening. Like the gentle breeze that washes over you when you go outside during a brief spot of sunshine on a rainy day. That's right, I didn't actually have the determination to go that far. I need to strengthen my determination by the time the next family conference comes around. If I can't do that, then sticking around as a servant on this island is no more than I deserve.
And at the same time, this is also a trial.
True. A trial to be overcome.
A trial? Why is that?
Fool. Battler promised that he would come for you at the next family conference, did he not?
He said he'd come on a white horse, right?
Yes.
You're thinking that Battler will not come anymore. In other words, you have no faith in Battler's promise.
That's why this is a trial. To pass through this trial, you'll have to show that you can trust him and wait.
A trial. I hadn't thought of it that way. Since he promised to come for me in a year. Then I need to believe that he'll come for me in a year. If I doubt that, I don't have the right to wait for him in the first place.
In fact, Battler might have left the Ushiramiya family because he set his sights on a future with you.
Oh, why would that be?
If he knows that you will live together and eventually exchange marriage vows, having the name Ushiramiya would cause problems since Shannon is a servant of the Ushiramiya family.
Ah, I see. He realizes there'll be all kinds of trouble if he decides to marry a servant girl, so he's abandoning the Ashuramiya name beforehand.
What do you think, Shannon? That way everything makes sense! Battler has abandoned the Ushiramiya family name for your sake! This sudden argument with Rudolph was just an excuse!
What splendid reasoning. Nice going, Reef.
What do you say, Shannon? There's no reason to feel down. On the contrary, it's as though Battler has shown his determination first.
A smile had finally returned to my face. Of course, I hadn't taken the witches seriously and let myself be reassured. It was closer to the opposite. It was almost funny that they could think up such a ridiculously convenient explanations for everything. However, they had made all of those ridiculous theories to cheer me up. The witches are right when they say that I must trust Battler's son. And that there's no point moping about just because I've heard a few rumors. Until the next family conference, I intend to strengthen my resolve. And I believe that he'll accept my feelings and come for me. The idea that Butler left the family so he could be married to me someday was laughable, of course. But right now, I should try and feel confident enough to accept even crazy ideas like that. Thanks so much. I feel a little better now.
That is well. I cannot stand watching you cry yourself to sleep.
Thanks for coming into my dreams to encourage me.
Indeed. It will be morning soon. This is all a dream. You won't remember any of it when you wake. However, your heart will be at peace.
Yes. I'll believe in him and wait. So I won't listen to every little rumor.
Very good. Wait until the next conference while improving yourself. If you think of it as training to become a wife, all your everyday chores will grow more meaningful.
Thanks a lot.
Raish, they'll be morning soon.
Is that so? Then so long, Shannon. You may not remember me, but I will always be by your side, watching over you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. The next family conference will be here in a flash. Wait for it at your leisure. Butler will certainly keep his promise.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Kyrie. I hope we can all become quick friends.
I've known your name longer than I've known Asamu-san's. I hear you're Rudolph's old girlfriend.
Yes, we've known each other for quite a long time.
Welcome to the Yoshimiya family. I hope you find it easy to grow comfortable here.
Yes. I'd like to go comfortable quickly so that I can support my husband.
Well, look how cute that little girl is. What's her name?
You might want to retake that con.
This is Anji-chan. What a cute name.
So you two couldn't make up after all. I thought this would be the perfect chance to bring him back, but he's as stubborn as dad.
Will Battler-kun ever come back? I'll miss him.
Nothing wrong with a man having enough backbone to find his own way in the world. I'm sure he'll have made it big by the time he comes back.
You think so? Right now, Battler-kun's home isn't home for him. The place he comes home to is somewhere else now.
Enough. This concerns Rudolph's family only. It's not our place to meddle.
Thank you, Cross Nissan. This is an issue for our family alone. However, I intend to do all I can to see that Batlekun and Rudolph-san can live together again someday. After all, he's Angie's one and only big brother.
Yep. And that kid gets stuck on something. Anything you say to him will have the opposite effect. Asamu's father has a bit of a short temper. Looks like he's been adding fuel to the fire.
It'll be okay. I'm sure he'll understand your feelings before too long.
We can't do anything except cheer you on. Even if he doesn't come back, we're all praying that you two will make up quickly.
It's a bit boring without Battler.
Yeah. I hope he and Uncle Rudolph can make up soon.
Thinking about how bothersome it feels, it must have hurt.
His family basically got swapped around. He probably doesn't feel comfortable at home anymore.
All men need to go out on their own one day or another. It might just be that Battler-kun's time has come.
Do you think so?
I do. It's not cool for a guy to hang around with his parents for too long. You've gotta leave the nest in a flurry and make your name out in the world. I plan to do that eventually, but it looks like he's gone and done it first.
And when he makes his name in the world and becomes a great man, will he come back?
It may be that he never comes back. After all, this might be him leaving. This might be leaving the nest to him.
Leaving the nest.
Battler didn't come, did he?
Oh, how terrible. And I kept telling Shannon that he was sure to come. I'm sure she's very upset over Battler's absence. And it's all because I got her hopes up.
She's been looking forward to this day. Pains me to think of how she must feel.
Thanks, Yuru. I'm okay. I've been reunited with the witches once again in the dream world. I could never remember anything during the day. Now that I was in the dream world, I knew that this was a reunion.
The witches both look apologetic. They had tried to cheer.
Though they had tried to cheer me up by saying that Butler would come today. Now that he hadn't come, it was like they'd been lying, and they seemed to regret it heavily.
Shannon. Well,
Thanks for the concern. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sad. He'll be okay.
Are you sure? Really sure? That would be splendid, but...
Clearly, Battler's fight was so over the top that he couldn't bring himself to back down so soon. Men are so stubborn.
Yes, that is true. He tried to act tough before running away, so his stubbornness was preventing him from taking back what he said so easily. He'll probably regret not coming today. Yes, that must be it.
For some reason, he seemed nearly desperate in her attempt to encourage me. It was almost funny to watch. I couldn't help but giggle. Thanks a lot, both of you. After all, you're the ones who told me in the first place that this is a test, a trial to be overcome. The truth was, I couldn't really fool myself so easily. When will he come back? When will he come for me? When isn't the question. Will he ever come back for me? Ever? If I start moping right now, the uncertainty and sadness will probably tear me apart. But Dave taught me. This is a trial to see whether I really believe in him or not. The very fact that I feel uncertain in actions is a betrayal of my resolve, and of his promise to come for me someday. George must said something about it. He said this might be the same as leaving the nest for Battler's son.
That's right. This is a chance to leave behind the Ashurmi a name and spread his wings as his own man.
If you really think about it, we're still very young. Even if we want to be tied together, we're still lacking many years of such experience and trust. If Battler's son is really and truly taking this seriously, then it's too soon for him to come for me now.
Well done. Yes, that's the right attitude. You've done well to reach this understanding.
I haven't reached anything. However, I've decided to think of it that way for now. This is a trial to see whether I trust Battler's son or not. If he had come today, then today I would have had to tell Madame that I wanted to quit my job as a servant. However, was I really prepared to do that? Last night, I kept worrying about whether Battler's son would come or not. Thanks to that, not only did I not have the resolve to quit my job, I hadn't even started on the paperwork to do so. In short, I still don't have the determination that I promised him that day. I'm sure that God knew that. Battler will come for me when I've found my determination. I was determined, so it's only natural that he didn't come today. Yeah. It all makes sense now. So, I'm sure Battler's son didn't come today because I wasn't determined enough. It's only natural since I could eventually believe that he would come.
I'm sure Battler was the same way. he did not yet have the determination and resolve to comfort you.
God is not heartless. When your feelings truly do draw close, I'm sure they'll bring the two of you together.
Just like Orihime and Higoroshi.
Yes, it's as though the weather just happened to be bad during this year's Danbada, keeping those lovers apart for another year. That's how I'd like to think about what happened today. That's how I'd like to think about it. I have no other choice. Battler's son.
But
Yeah.
Battler didn't come back for
6 years. Still a long way to go until then.
So you had to wait 6 whole years feeling like that?
When one waits every year for something to happen the next, and then the same thing the next year, and the next, it becomes the same as waiting for an eternity. Pretty pathetic, don't you think? After all, this promise you thought you made with Battler seems to be something you knew nothing about, right?
Battler-kun does tend to use melodramatic phrases just like Uncle Rudolph. His roundabout way of putting things might have led to a misunderstanding.
Some girl's gonna stab Battler in the back someday. Well, I guess that's more or less what this tale is.
When words can mean different things, they can turn a person's life upside down. There are times when careless talk costs lives.
And that'll be where we wrap it up for today.
Cool, because my nose is officially stuffed up. It's amazing I've
Gotcha.
lasted this long.
And my cat woke
Man,
up.
fuck George, damn. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Every time that like
Sprout
there was,
of love.
every time
Brood of
that
love.
every time that I like there was like a cute moment, I just imagine like a knife in George's chest just getting twisted.
Tactless.
Catless.
1 year later.
Hi, SpongeBob narrator.
I love how Rindy's damage was audible.
Audible.com.
Like I just kind of kept chuckling because it's so unexpected. I did not expect. Was this foreshadowed?
Kind of.
What foreshadowed this? Because I didn't see this coming at all.
Probably the 4th episode.
See what coming?
You know, hold on a second.
Shannon
Are we
being
going
into
to-
Battler.
Hold on a second. We have Zaz is a clip, doesn't he?
There was totally.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
left.
Oh
that's what
yeah,
it was.
shit.
He sent
There
me
was-
the clip once. Do you want me to find it?
Yeah, it's got the clip.
Is there not totally a thing in episode 4 where Beatrice kept questioning Battler about a promise he forgot?
Well, yeah,
the
but
tape.
I'm just wondering. Like,
Presumably this. I mean,
Presumably, yeah.
yeah, I just didn't expect it to be Shannon. Like, I mean, I guess with like the idea of, oh yeah, what if it's Shannon and Kenan that are actually Beatrice? I guess that like that should have been the giveaway. Just it didn't. It just didn't make. I just didn't make that connection.
Yeah, you gave me that hint, don't you remember?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was me theorizing about something, and then you said the equivalency of what happened if Cannon was dressing up as Shannon, and that.
Well, no, I was talking about like them a bit. Shannon being into Battler. Con, did you see this coming?
It was in my theory and everything.
Oh, what led to that?
It was sort of like the I actually explained this whenever we did the whole dick swinging theory thing about the 2 butterfly halves making a hole.
Okay, but I don't remember you mentioning it was Battler that was into Shannon, or Shannon that was into Battler.
I just kind of assumed. Plus, George kind of hinted at it beforehand, and he said he was jealous of the way Battler was talking with Shannon, so I just assumed.
Oh, I didn't. I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I was unsure if we got to that part, that specific part, and I was trying to confirm with Fight Club if we got to that yet before I said anything.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Khan for confirming that we did get to that.
Like, I think that's what's making me like chuckle. It's just I just didn't expect it.
Yeah, it was back in episode 6.
So yeah, Bone, that joke that you made about George getting like his heart stabbed when these scenes are happening, very much a likely canonical outcome.
Yeah.
If
any of you utter those 3 letters, I swear to shit.
What 3 letters? Oh.
Don't worry about it.
What?
Actually, why did you even bring it up?
No.
I swear to God, because you guys bring it up every time something like this happens.
Oh yeah, the thing they were making fun of Battler for in episode 2. I remember
I said that it wasn't the case.
Meet
Dave Eddie Murphy
Hey
Hey,
everybody! I need you to look
Oh, hey,
in
Miranda.
live Lunon General right now, please.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Battler said something really embarrassing in English, and everyone made fun of him for it.
Oh, alright, so that is a bit of foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
And Battler's like, nah, it's embarrassing. It's like, I took that for real.
That was for real.
Like,
That
yeah,
should be like-
so that was in episode 3.
Was that in 3?
Yeah, that was episode 3. I think I highlighted that specifically by.
Your mouth movements.
I
Yeah,
highlighted
it's
it
weird
specifically
seeing this with
because in episode 3 of Higurashi, they mentioned the exact same thing about riding in on a white horse. The only problem is that there's actually some backing behind it now.
And all the 4th episode would never happen if that was not spoken.
I forgot that thing he said about it's not about profit and loss, it's about how I forgot about that.
But at any rate, yeah, that's the big, that's a big thing, yeah.
I did.
So, no?
I did pose a thought recently of like, is it possible that like a lot of the meta world stuff is like just stuff going on in Shannon's head the entire time?
Maybe.
Maybe not from the Angie perspective, but like I'm wondering if like maybe that's a thing.
What is this, Saint Elsewhere?
She could be the one writing this message in the bottle for some reason.
I mean, I think we kind of guessed that.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say, I wonder if she's the horse this whole time.
There's no horse on this island.
Also, man, that denial scene just made me sad.
I wish I could enjoy my time on this island with my friends and family, but then I remember I'm a horse.
Like I could see the stages of grief. Well, I could see like one stage of grief that was just repeating, like that bargaining and denial. So 2 stages, just over and over. Yeah, it'll come next time. It'll come next time. Don't you worry.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I don't got much for this one.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and just cap it off here. As Noir will say literally every stream, the Saga Song of Beaglesaurus is a thing that exists. You should go read that and all that funny business.
Hey, when is Lego Beaglesaurus the complete saga?
It'll be a complete saga once I finish writing all 3 books. And I'm still halfway through the second one, so
The
probably
complete
a
saga
long
song of
while.
Beaglesaurus.
Hey, are we ever gonna
With
read
Legos.
Beaglesaurus on stream?
I don't think so.
No,
Wait, are we?
unfortunately. No, we are not. No.
You can fan cast as much as you like, and I would be more than interested to hear auditions or interest. But as far as I know, there are no official plans. But who knows? Maybe after coffee talk.
How long is this thing, Noir? How long is Beaglesaurus?
That's a good question on how to quantify that. But let me check.
Do you have a page count?
In the interest of speeding things along, all I know is that if we were to do that, I would be voicing Tony Hawk, and that's the end of that discussion. Alrighty then. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye bye, Nee.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.